In my opinion, the foundation of any landscape are shrubs. They provide a backbone, they provide texture, they provide color, and they provide winter interest as well. So today what I've done is I've pulled a few of my favorite shrubs to show you and how to use them not only for color in the flowers, but for color and texture changes in the foliage. Let's start over here on this cart. I pulled together a few things, some butterfly bush. And by the way, these come in a lot of different varieties now, so you can get small ones like this. This is a small one called Low and Behold, so obviously it's going to stay low. And in different colors. They bloom all winter, they bloom all summer. I wish they bloomed all winter. They bloom all summer long and attract a lot of butterflies and bees to your yard. Rose of Sharon, another wonderful plant that blooms all summer long till frost in a variety of colors and give you some height and some coarse texture to the yard. Wagelia, a great plant that gives you summer color and will grow in not only full shade but full sun or anywhere in between. And of course our native Potentilla, which also comes in a variety of heights and colors. These will all give you some great summer color, and you can add in some of your other favorites like shrub roses, hydrangeas, and yes, hydrangeas do grow here. So you can put in what your favorites are as well, but be sure and include some of these as your foundation plantings. So if flowers aren't your thing and you don't really like the idea of attracting a lot of bees to your yard that visit the flowers, you can accomplish the same sort of interest with colorful foliage. And what I've got behind me here is a couple of examples. One is burgundy foliage. Now this happens to be a smoke bush, but you can also get this in a variety of other things like ninebark or barberries, and different forms. Some grow tall, some grow low and flat, others grow round and moundy, so you can have a variety of shapes as well. And burgundy foliage always goes very nicely with silver foliage. So it's a very nice contrast. This happens to be ephedra, but you can do this with artemisia or sage. Rabbit brush is another really good silver foliage plant that looks fantastic against the burgundy leaves. You can also go into variegated leaves. This happens to be a green and white variegated dogwood shrub, or you can go into euonymus, which has various variegations, and you'll find a number of different types of variegated shrubs in the nursery, but they work really nicely to brighten up dark spots. So if you have a semi-shaded area or even a very shady area, which this guy would like, this white variegation really brightens those dark spots up. And then look at textural differences. Textures in as far as foliage. Right here you have an evergreen that has what I call a very fine textured foliage, contrasted to a broadleaf plant with very coarse foliage. That contrast between the two foliage types really does add interest to the garden. So if you can play with that, you'll go a long way in creating more interest in the garden without having to deal with fussy flowers. Now, coming up next is the consulate, and we're going to show you a little bit of a surprise.